And we got a great one from my guy, Texas Boogie. And he asks, is Steve Sarkisian building a consistent powerhouse in Austin, Texas? It's a great question. And it's a great handle. Texas Boogie, I like that. Listen, to put it simply, it sure is trending that way. If I'm a Texas fan, I feel real good about the direction of what's going on that 40 acres, that program that's being built on the 40 acres. You just locked down Steve Sarkisian. You fought off Alabama to keep him on the 40. And the year that you just had was kind of the culmination of his 3-year run so far. You had the 5-7 year, get the bad out, get the good in. You had the 8-4 year. Okay, let's find a way to build on this. We're kind of in that middle tier. We're still not doing things totally the right way. We got good talent, but we haven't really capitalized on it. And then you win the Big 12, and then you make the college football playoff. It's kind of crescendoing right now. And the way that Steve Sarkisian has done this too, the way that he's built up Texas, he has done it myth-busting. What do we mean by that? Think about all the myths that Steve Sarkisian has had to tear down since he's been the head coach at Texas. Well, Texas, their culture sucks. You see it. They give up in the second half. Texas withstood every single circumstance you could imagine this season. They're the underdog. Going to Tuscaloosa, you win that game. You lose a game to Oklahoma. How do they respond to defeat? Win the rest of their games. Lose your starting quarterback. Can you find a way to win games in multiple kind of fashions? End up winning out the rest of their schedule with Malik Murphy, who should get a Big 12 title ring, just so we're all on the same page here. Keeps good things going. When, find their way into the college football playoff, myth busted. Culture's just fine. Texas isn't tough. Not a physical outfit. Yeah, they recruit some top prospects now and then, but they don't have the big boys up front to compete in the SEC. Texas this past season, top 5 rush defense, and then as an offense, they ran for almost 200 yards a game. Texas is tough. Box checked. Texas can't develop. This was a good one that people like to throw around. And you may still hear this a little bit, but just know that's malarkey. T'Vondre Sweat was a 3-star recruit. He's set to be a pretty high NFL draft pick. Xavier Worthy came in highly touted. He's leaving highly touted. Developed just fine. Adonai Mitchell coming over from Georgia. He was good at Georgia. He completely elevated his play when he got to Texas. Texas can't develop. Narrative, myth, busted. So all that's to say now, there is some real proof of concept and some real momentum for Texas on the field and also on the talent acquisition side of things. The proof of concept is there for portal success from Adonai Mitchell. Heck, Quinn Ewers, if you want to talk about it that way. Also on the recruiting trail, Texas is on the cusp of back-to-back top 3 classes. So that talent funnel continuing to head Texas's way. Now, the real test here for consistency for Texas is going to be twofold. One, what does Arch Manning bring to the table after Quinn Ewers leaves? 2, the inevitable life cycle in college football on your staff is when you have success, people want to go and get your coordinators, your position coaches, and bring them to their school. They want to bottle up your success and bring it to their school. We already saw it this past offseason. Bo Davis, they got him from Texas, took him to LSU, good for Bo Davis. That was a guy who was integral in building that solid culture at Texas. So how do they reload that staff? Now, going back to what I just said about the quarterback position, I think Texas is going to continue to have weapons. Jonte Cook is going to be another year older. He'll be a sophomore. You imagine that Isaiah Bond will contribute in a big way this upcoming year. But you look at the quarterback position. When Steve Sarkisian has his quarterback and has weapons to go with it, which, again, we're assuming he will have weapons, he really starts to cook. That offense really starts to snowball. So the consistency of Arch Manning and the retooling of the staff, how that works, how that progresses after this season, that's going to be the true mark of consistency. Because if Texas wins 9 games this year, there'll be a lot of punchline culture, a lot of people saying, oh, well, they fell off. No, maybe they just went to the SEC and they had some close battles that didn't break their way. I'm not panicking if I'm a Texas fan if Texas goes 9-3 next year and doesn't win the SEC or make the college football playoff. What Steve Sarkisian has there is built to last, and I think is trending towards being a consistent powerhouse. So the answer to your question there, Texas Boogie, is he building one? Sure looks that way. Hey y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.